Luck can be a hard thing to pin down. One day it's on your side, and the next it's moved on to someone else. Some people, however, get so lucky, forget winning the lottery, they escape death by mere seconds. Sometimes those rare moments are recorded too. Today, we're going to show you 30 of the luckiest people caught on camera. Before we continue, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the TRENDJOINT family for more. It was a matter of luck and perfect timing when this big boat perfectly passed in between two smaller ones. A car came out of nowhere and rammed into the spot this couple had passed by just seconds earlier. These guys were in their kitchen making something, and then out of nowhere, the lower cabinet just went up in flames. They were just out of reach of the damage though. This gorilla could have ended the man's life if it wanted to very easily, but he let him go after dragging him by his leg for a bit. Now that's a power move. This woman was on her way out of the car when a truck came sliding through and the car reversed to avoid maximum damage. Classic survival instincts. As soon as this man crossed the road, there was a pretty brutal car crash which sent one car flying into another. It looks like this zookeeper forgot the first rule of dealing with deadly animals, which is that you never make eye contact with them. Before the lion could injure him too badly, the lioness even stepped in and got him to calm down. So this jet skier didn't know that you're supposed to steer clear of large vehicles on the open sea, because their pressure can drag you down. It's almost what happened to this guy, but he got lucky. Changing a lane isn't that hard, but this guy really makes it look like it is. The car drifts, moves every which way, and yet no other vehicle was hit. This truck was parked on the side of the road when another one came by and smashed right into it. The cement at the back was spilled, but the vehicle was oddly okay. The other truck, though, wasn't as lucky. This skier went through a 150-foot fall and was somehow alright at the end. During this race, his motorbike crashed into his opponent's. Right when it did, he just scooted over to the back seat of his rival's bike, and then they finished the race together. Does this mean he comes in second place? This truck took a pretty steep cut and hit a guy working on his motorcycle. Luckily, he survived. The tarp wasn't properly secured to the truck, so it came loose and totally covered this biker behind the truck. He couldn't see anything and got hit by a truck on the other side. He did survive though. This guy's going up the stairs while carrying a bunch of stuff. The gate, however, is locked. When he tries to go over it, he slips, and instead of falling down and dropping his load, he slides over the railing and then gets back up. A car came crashing through the garage where the boy had been standing less than 2 seconds ago. He's lucky to be alive. This driver cut over literally 3 lanes without indicating to park their car on the other side. Somehow they got the car there all right too. This cyclist fell in the middle of the road, and right at that moment an ambulance popped out of nowhere and came rushing to their rescue. People really need to pay attention at crossings, especially people like this guy who very narrowly avoided hitting someone in a wheelchair. Whoever's driving this car really just went straight through a puddle at full speed. The car then swerves out of control a little and drifts, but then they regain control and are back on their way. This skydiver was about to make a landing, but the winds were too strong, and it was a pretty close call. His life definitely flashed before his eyes during this one. Somehow he landed somewhat safely in someone's backyard.
Glória a Deus.
This biker crashed into a car that was going ahead of him, and instead of falling, he immediately turned the accident into an action movie sequence and landed on the roof of the car. This little boy just wanted to fly his kite in peace, but then somehow he ended up flying too. He's just floating in midair, holding onto that kite string for dear life. By some stroke of luck, he gets low enough to let go and jump down without getting hurt. This man almost got run over at the auto shop. As soon as this cyclist crossed the road, a car drifted and just missed them. Here's a clip of the first ever backflip done by a monster truck during a competition. A backflip not only once, but twice. For some reason, this tiger targeted a guy on his bike and then chased him over a pretty long distance too. But his bike was fast enough and he got away without the tiger getting too close. We'd strongly suggest not taking turns like this. We can't tell if this guy made it out due to years of experience or just dumb luck. The road is really narrow and the bus very nearly tips over too. The whole roof was collapsing, and had this woman taken a second longer to reach that door, she would have had it fall on her head. Not to mention the fact that she was wearing heels too. Alright, leave a comment down below and let us know which of these people was the luckiest. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to TRENDJOINT, and we'll see you in the next one.